So you may close your eyes if you wish and simply listen. In recent years, I found there is such richness to listening. And what's special about the listening that I found for me, again, I didn't invent anything, but I found that it is possible to have a non-specific listening. So I listen without knowing what it is that I am trying to find, because I'm not trying to find anything. It's like you said, Sigo, nothing special. I'm just curious. So maybe this day is nothing special, but still there is some curiosity about the unfolding potential and what is present in the form of something that we cannot see. But if we relax into the trust that there is more to life than we can see, what we previously considered as negative space or empty space begins to pulsate with presence. One of the kindest gifts I ever received was a friend told me, I left you something in the field. She didn't specify which field and she didn't say what she left me, but I felt it's a great gift. So I walked, it was in Portugal, and I arrived by one field and I crouched there and I was looking and it was a nice field, but I looked at mm, green, I don't know what it is, maybe it was wheat or something. And it was clear to me that this is beautiful, but it's not a gift. And then there were some people walking and talking, and that was beautiful as well, but that was not a gift. There were some birds, beautiful, but that was not it. And the more time passed, I got a bit tired of this not finding the gift. And at some point, I closed my eyes and I gave up trying to find the gift. And then I felt that the gift was this knowing that I am gifted, but not having the gift specified to me. And I feel this is the secret. When I am not locked on what the gift is supposed to look or feel like, I am open. Because clearly my friend was not bluffing. I felt there was a gift. I just didn't know how to register it or from where it will come. And when I stopped looking for it outside, something revealed inside of me. And this something was not an object or a skill, even. It's just a capacity that I forgot I had. So, in a way, it was a discovery. And increasingly, I feel this is what life is about. Discovering how wonderful we are, regardless of what's happening around us. Beautiful. And you can sense around the back of the neck and on the line of the ears. Gentle tension. Beautiful. And you don't, I propose, yeah, you do what you want, but we don't need to ask the tension what it's saying or what it wants or why is it there. You don't need to ask the tension anything. You just stay with it, as I stayed with the field that then disappeared and all I had was me. So by listening to us inside, the magic of us begins to reveal. So instead of asking the world to interpret life for us, we can experience the raw material, the vibrations moving through the form. Beautiful. And now in the middle back, there is some presence there on the two sides. As if the body has the image of having two parts of the back, a lower part and an upper part. And if you are tricked by language, we do specify because we want to be specific, then we say, it's in my lower back, it's in my upper. But where exactly does the lower stop and the upper begin? If you really zoom in, you won't find the nanometer of exact border because these borders are all made up. So today we're invited to not be restricted by borders, especially ones that people who named things without feeling them coined for the rest of us. We don't have to follow these metrics anymore. We can go back to the source. And I feel in me, the area between the up and down of my back is happy now because it's like, yeah, finally someone speaks the truth. uh, Wonderful. And the vertebrae are soft. Again, there is this image of the spine as something that is made of parts. But my experience of the spine is one. There is many. Okay, I'll share an image. I walked today. I was woken up early for a. I, I didn't set an alarm. Just woke up early, and I walked with the sunrise, and I saw an autostrada, like a very big motion of ants. Um, so this movement of ants, they had obviously a very big nest, and they were walking from the nest to somewhere across the fence. So somewhere where humans can't walk, but ants have no problem passing. And their movement was bilateral, so it was going in both ways, completely unfazed by my presence or by anything happening around. They were just in their flow. And I feel my spine as that, as this ant flow, unbothered by borders or definitions of others. Information moving up and down and sideways as well, unfazed by stuff and definitions. Wonderful. So today I am happy to acknowledge the bilateral motion in my spine. It is true on so many levels that the up and down is simultaneous, be it the information moving through the spine that is actually that, going from up in the head and down to the body, and uh, from the rest of the body up to the head. And even this distinction feels foreign to me nowadays. The head is not separate from the body. Yeah, you can sense the richness of sensed information in the area of your head. Closer to the surface around the skin, deeper in the cavities of the mouth, inside the mouth and the nose, the nasal cavities, also in the soft tissues. And today I feel called to remind us that the brain is not separate from the body. It is a living tissue, as intelligent as anywhere else in the body. It is not superior to anywhere else in your living form. Just because we are bipeds, I think it's called, we're walking on two, then it seems like there is some nobility to the head. But do not be fooled, please. Lie down and you will be reminded that it's all one. And maybe that's why we are typically buried lying down, to be reintegrated as a unity. If we haven't figured it out while we were alive, then we can always figure it out when we're dead. But why wait? So, in other words, it's an invitation to have a non-hierarchical experience of our living form. The skin is so rich in its capacity to sense the inner and outer environment. And this is really cool. The skin can sense itself when we have, I'm excited, when we have still the perception of us enveloped by a skin, then we perceive it as like a membrane that is, and on some levels it's true, but not on all levels, that the skin prevents entry to the body of what does not belong in the body, and it allows entry of what is good for the body, you can say. But let's be with the skin itself. Whatever you presently sense as your skin. Again, I'm not interested in specifying for you what is your experience of aspects of you. That is yours. It's your individual experience, and I love it that it is that it is not externally defined. So experiencing the meeting point of what you perceive to be outside of you and what you experience as you. Here is something that I notice in me. It does not have to apply to you. You take it if you want. When I am present with me and I'm just still with whatever it is that I am witnessing. So currently it was the skin on my forearm. It's as if there is a gravitational pull in my Zoom. Yes, we're on a Zoom meeting. So my attention zooms in. And it's not something that I did, it happens by itself. It's like I feel my skin, because it feels my presence as non hostile. I'm not coming to interrogate the skin, I'm not coming to cut it, I'm not coming to define it. I'm not coming anywhere, I'm just here. And my skin is like, oh, cool. Want to see something? And then it pulls me closer. And I am now between my skin cells, appreciating their beauty as one of them. Because if I'm honest, my only way to appreciate something truly is to be one with it. That is how the separation ends. Now my attention goes again to the back of the neck, but this time on the level of the skin. Before it felt more internal. Wow. So on the back of the neck, around the area of the occiput, the the atlas, vertebra, the top vertebra, on the two sides of it and to the back, so on the skin on the back of my head, right below the occipital lobe. It doesn't matter, just in the back of my head. I often, whenever I calm down a little bit, feel the tension that I gathered through the day and through the night. It kind of funnels into there, as if these are my reverse lights in the car. Not to say that I'm driving from the head, just saying I have some lights there. Also, not to say that we're going in reverse, but you got what I mean. And now it's as if my attention is, it's like drops, it's dripping. When I walked this morning in the early morning, then there were many dewdrops. Um, and when I walked on the grass, then some of the dewdrops were slipping down the grass blades. So it's like this. Whenever I meet a part of me with a freshness to it, so the encounter is not comparative, but I'm only with the version that I am meeting now. Then some melting takes place, as if whatever was frozen in time is now reintegrated in the flow of the present moment. And in this way, I become a time traveler, but not one that's interested in going somewhere that is not now. One that is invited to experience the richness of now. Wherever you are with yourself, know that that's perfectly where you are meant to be. Know that the melting happens of itself. With every breath, every inhalation and exhalation, that you choose to be soft with yourself, the wonder that is you reveals in greater clarity, in greater detail. And I, as me, yeah, Almog, I chose to give up the controller of zooming in and out. I allow life to zoom in and out for me, and I am present with whatever perspective I am granted. Notice that this is not a gift that someone else had given us. All my friend did for me was help me realize that this is a gift that I can only give myself. Only I can be open to whatever life has in store for me. The softer I am with whatever I meet, no matter what it is, the less I make it mean something about me, the less I try to make sense of it, the more I am available to receive the gift that was waiting for me to choose me. Beautiful. And you can feel the softening. And it happens again of itself by you recognizing that showing up here this morning is you choosing you. You can call it curiosity. You can call it I like spending time with you. But the deeper truth of that is that you are ready to meet more of you, not as a difficult exploration or something to achieve, not at all, but as a softening experience of you living your life. You've heard me say it before, and I repeat because that's basically the only thing I have to tell you. Your life is exactly how it is meant to be for you to discover the fullness of you. This discovery happens with every breath, with every exhalation and surrendering of the old, and with every inhalation and embracing of the new. With every exhalation and surrender of what is expired, and with every inhalation being inspired by life in the way that only you can. So you are the way to any marvelous discovery. Trusting you is trusting life. Wonderful. I feel that in the vertebrae between the shoulder blades, it's as if there is a discovery of the skeleton of a dinosaur. And this time, what's allowing the discovery is not a team of archaeologists or studies of where you could find. No, we're not studying anything. You don't need a team. It is the softening of resisting to being you that reveals to you your prehistoric connection. With every inhalation and every exhalation, more of the skeleton reveals to me. At first I see just a few vertebrae, and they are massive. They're so gorgeously huge. Something I would never before relate to having any connection to me. This is clearly from a very different time in the history of this planet. So they say. But not going to history books, but living what is discovered to me through my life, through this time. I'm starting to have this strange experience, beautifully strange, yeah. That as I move my body, this gorgeous dinosaur is moving too. This happens to me sometimes. I have an overlap of two supposedly conflicting experiences, but I don't experience them as conflicting at all. So I am very much me. I'm always sitting on this chair. And I'm very much this dinosaur that is also alive. Yeah, both buried very, very long ago. But through my felt sense, it is alive in me. I don't imagine it. I'm just telling you what I experience. And you can see maybe this resonates also with a dinosaur, with a dinosaur of your ancestry. I have a feeling we're related as dinosaurs, but everything is. So. Now, people nowadays would question, was he a herbivore or a carnivore? What did he... Let's not ask these questions. They don't matter to me at all. Just feel what it's like to be the dinosaur of your ancestry. Explore your limbs. You don't even have to move them. Just feel the life moving through this prehistoric form. How you are the unity of what was and what is. Your presence is all encompassing. By that I mean not only what is available to our minds now, but encompassing of all of life since the beginning of life on earth. And I leave it open because, to be honest, my experience of life far exceeds the domains of this planet. So if you're open to it, maybe you can also feel the space around this planet. If you want, again, not as a task, but it's something that may or may not resonate with you. You can feel your relationship with the moon. You can feel your relationship with the sun. You can choose to be one with everything.